I made it back to Saxony. Finally, you are laughing because we tried to schedule this interview like 3 times and I let you wait 2 times, I guess. Björn, beautiful to be here. Schloss Proschwitz behind us.
And middle of the harvest, you will be here. So it's working the rest, but I think it's not a big problem.
How is it going at the moment with the harvest? You said you are quite early, right?
We are quite early. We are now in the middle of September, and we are at Saxony, at the east of Germany, and we are in the middle of the harvest. But it's both really high quality at the moment. I hope we get no rain anymore the next 12, 14 days. But I think we will be finished at the end of September. Maybe there's a little bit Riesling and a little bit Scheurebe outside. But yeah, now we have more than 30% of the vineyards in the cellar.
Beautiful, and I'm looking much forward to dive with you into not only the estate, and you already said you want to talk about global warming and about like nature and organic certification. But before we dive into that, let's get you a little bit better to know. First question for you. If you wouldn't be a winemaker today, what else would you do in your life?
I really don't know. Maybe I will work on, I don't know the right name for it, if you go to the mountain and you have a hut there.
A mountain hut, yeah.
So I will be the owner of a mountain hut.
So like a tourism mountain hut, like in Austria, where you hike from hut to hut and then you get some food and some...
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I think I will be a really good Herbergsvater.
Herbergsvater. Okay, you would be a Herbergsvater. I love the idea for that, actually.
And you will really get a really good wine list on the hut.
All right, so you would have a mountain hut somewhere in Austria, but now you are a winemaker here at Schloss Proschwitz, and you have quite a career also behind you. Can you quickly walk us through your education as a winemaker?
I will do it really quickly. So I learned it at Weingut Schloß Proschwitz at Heilbronn, and then after that I will stay 1 year at Weingut Annenhof Osthofen at Rheinhessen, and then I go to study at Geisenheim.
Okay.
And after Geisenheim, I go to Switzerland to a really small winery, Domaine de Bordon. It's all over Fouilly. And after that, I take my second lesson at University Witzenhausen, and I study organic agriculture.
Okay. And today you are the head winemaker here at Schloss Proschwitz. And
I always talk it, I'm Mädchen für alles.
Mädchen für alles. A lovely German saying. Perfect. But if you look back at those years of winemaking, education, experiences, is there like, can you point to any single person or like a single experience where you say this actually really shaped your style of winemaking?
I think there will be 2 persons. The first person was Olivier Humbrecht from Domaine St. Humbrecht. I will taste the wine at the end of my studies at Geisenheim, and I say, that is wine I want to make by myself. And if I start to work, I start at Weingut Ummertum and then Weingut Triebaumer, ET, Ernst Triebaumer.
Yeah.
And the whole complex working at Ernst Triebaumer was for me really great.
Yeah, amazing estate also.
And I think really one of the best Blaufränkisch you can get all over.
Yeah. But I find it funny that you name Olivier Humbrecht. I just have been with him like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago when I was visiting him, and actually I just wanted him for a recording on Gewürztraminer for 3 minutes in the video, and he gave me basically a masterclass for 1 hour about Gewürztraminer, and I have it all recorded and we put it up on YouTube too.
You always can taste the soil on his wine, and that's really great.
It's legendary what he is doing. Yeah. I'm so deeply inspired, and the man is so humble, and he knows so much, which is just really, really an inspiration. So cool that you mentioned him. Third question for you. Now, the difficult one. You and your personality as a bottle of wine.
Maybe I will be a Riesling, because I always change a little bit the way who I get. And Riesling, you can make it on the highest class on dry one and on a sweet one.
Yeah.
That's, for me, it's the only grape you can do it on both sides on this high quality. And it's Pinot Noir is maybe not so far away, but for me is Riesling the most interesting grape, and the whole differences that you can make with Riesling. I think that's a little bit like me.
Beautiful. Fourth question. And now you are at the moment, Schloss Proschwitz is still in the organic transition process, or you are already certified organic? Where are you?
We are really certified last year. We have finished the certification, and but we have the big frost, so there was less grapes. So we make the first organic wine on the label with this harvest.
With this harvest, okay. But before we dive into those technicalities, maybe very simply speaking, when I say nature, what kinds of associations come to your mind as a winemaker?
What is nature by winemaking? At the moment, we have only to work with sulfur and with kappa. And we work with a whole different and kind of herbs. We work with garlic, we work with algea, equisetum.
Equisetum?
I don't know, it's the right name, equisetum?
I think it is, yeah.
And something like Schafgarbe or Baldrian. So we make a lot of things to get nature back to the vineyard. We work with more than 50 different seeds outside at every second line to get more life into the vineyard. But we are too big at the moment to say we work with cheap or something like that. Maybe I will do it by my own if I get a little bit older.
the lovely little song sheep, right? I mean, we all end with them at some point of time, just for cuddling.
Just for cuddling, and I think then it will be, the master boss will be an easel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you know Dirk Brenneisen from Baden, also like one of the exhibitors at the Cool Climate Summit, and I just visited him like 6 weeks ago, and he's just like, the donkeys, they're just for the soul. Yeah, and you can just stand there with them, and you can grab them, and they come to you. It's just beautiful. Yeah, fantastic. Can you briefly introduce the VDP estate Schloss Proschwitz to us?
Yes, so we start again at 1990. Georg Prinz der Lippe buy back 6 hectares of vineyards just here at this place at Proschwitz. And this winery is growing in the last 35 years to 75 hectares. 50 hectares on this slope of Meißen and 25 hectares on the other side, close to Heiligkreuz. And we are the first VDP Weingut from the East at 96. And now we are still working to get more soil into the wines with our way of organic winemaking.
Beautiful. And 76 hectares, 75 hectares, you just said. That also like makes you one of the largest VDP estates, right? In German comparison?
For me, it's always the same. You can be big, but I want to be one of the best wineries, not the biggest one.
Okay, yeah, I like that approach, but nonetheless, also it gives you like a nice flexibility, right? Because if we look at the wines at Proschwitz, I mean, you can really work on all levels. From like easiest gastronomy wines, like your Alp Kilometer, for example, that you have in the liter bottle, to the highest level GGs that you have, that we are going to taste the Weißburgunder of, right? Which also like makes working, I think, with wine a little bit fun, right? Also from an economic perspective, because you can work so many layers. Yeah. It's maybe easier than just having like 3 or 4 hectares and only making quality wine in those times where we are in right now. Wonderful. But I think we should get something in the glass. And first wine you have for us is something fairly special.
Really special. It's double special because this is Goldriesling, and Goldriesling you only get at Saxony anymore. There's only 1.5 hectare now at Württemberg. Someone has done it, but this is Goldriesling from Saxony, and this is a special one, unexpected, because on this we still work in the vineyard really special, and we make a first flush and pick on most of the grapes, and let be 6 grapes per 1 grape, and then we wait more than 14 days and get them back. And it's I think we have to taste them.
So you go for an extreme concentration in the vineyard already? Oh,
Goldriesling is really easy drinking wine, and this one is more complex.
To be totally honest, if you serve me that blind, I mean, Goldriesling is very difficult to spot blind anyway, but my first intuition was Auxerrois. I was immediately in this like kind of shy complexity where you immediately get in the brain, okay, here's really something going on.
And this one was the vintage 23. He is very young, because if you open the bottle and you taste him tomorrow, he will be better.
Its acidity structure is also great, right? I mean, you really got in with nice acidity here. Backbone, there's some grapefruit bitterness, there's some zestiness, there's some herbalness also, really lingers around. Oily, deep, complex. Yeah, okay. I mean, you said already.
But I think it's a right wine for the next diploma for tasting wine, because it's special.
This is, I must really say, a surprise. I mean, I was already always fairly, let's say, convinced by your standard Goldriesling, right? The Gutswein that you have, which is a really, really nice and clean-cut version of it, really coming off nicely. But this is really, as you said, a food wine. This is complex here. This is deep.
But for us, Goldriesling is very important, because we make more than 40,000 bottles per year of the basic Goldriesling. And this is to show that you can make more with Goldriesling.
Yeah.
There are some winemakers around here and tell me, what for bullshit, what you make with Goldriesling. Don't let him, that you only can make a basic one. This is not a basic one. This is a really high quality wine with, we are just looking how we can do it, prepare with food. What is the right food? But this is a really, and the next one is, this is our basic Schloß Proschwitz, Krone und Rose. And for this one, it's the new market for us is Berlin, Leipzig, something like that. Younger people, because it's always a problem if you will be a winery like us, we have to go to the future, to the new generation.
And that's maybe a little bit difficult, to be honest, if your name is Schloss Proschwitz, right? So the castle of Proschwitz. I'm sorry, but there is like this aristocratic like connotation, right? It's like we are here in this grandesse. You see also like the people coming here. It is like the typical like weekend tourism, right? People being on bicycle tours, being on cultural tours. You are close to Dresden, which is really like a cultural city, like opera and a lot of architecture. So let's maybe like talk about it a little bit in this thing about how do we make or put Saxony on the world map for especially the young wine generation. I mean, you do a lot for that already, right? You have a lot of cool stuff going on here.
I think we are really on a good way. We are the VDP East. This is 6 wineries with High and Pavis, Böhme und Töchter, and at Saxonia with Martin Schwarz, Klaus Zimmerling, and we. So we are really on a good way. We are going outside. We make more presentation. We make, next year we start with a music wine festival at Naumburg, and 27 we will do it on a place on Dresden. So we still work on it to get outside from Saxonia. And I think at GG, I get a few messages all over our wines. And if I will start here 5 years ago, no one really talks about Schloss Proschwitz. So I think it's, we are a little bit far away from the middle of Germany, of the wine Germany. But more and more people say, wow, that's because we have the acidity. We can work with the acidity, and we like to work and make an experiment with acidity. How we can, now I think you see it at this wine. This is a glass of its own, but it's always modern.
But this is also something that I personally think, I mean, there are several things with the two Eastern German wine growing regions, Saale-Unstrut and Saxony, where we are right now, right? I mean, you are together 1,500 hectares, 1.5% of the German acreage, so there is no real surprise. I think Matthias Hay put it nicely. We always think here that we are the big ones, but actually we are totally neglectable, right? But I think the thing is really, people have to see how beautiful it is here, right? Because you have this amazing old terrace landscape with these granite terraces, right? Beautiful and old, overlooking the Elbe River. I mean, people have to come here in summer and just experience it, right? So this is the open invitation we can give to everybody.
Come to us. We are 7 days per week. We are open. So now it's really a lot of people from West Germany will be there at the east of Germany. I think it's time to change it.
To change it a tiny bit. So now let's talk a bit about the two Eastern German wine growing regions, Saale-Unstrut and Saxony. I mean, the history here is a bit shorter than, for example, in the classic wine growing regions that were affected by the Romans, right? It's maybe 1,000 years of wine growing?
It's a little bit shorter, but it's the same like the church. So you still have vineyards here. It will be in the middle. What is Middle Alter? In the
Middle Ages.
In the Middle Ages. I think we have here more than 5,000 hectares of grapes, and now we are between 500. But for me, it's the future is the East. So we have more time with the harvest. We can wait a few days longer than the other regions, and we have a higher acidity. And I think we still see it. If I start to make wine, if you drink wine from Saale-Unstrut or Saxony drink Riesling, it's impossible to drink. It was high with
30
acidity.
years ago.
At the end of the 80s, start of the 90s, it was another style, but it was a green acidity, and now we can still play with acidity. And when I think we are now, the next 14 days, we are in the middle of the harvest, and some regions are now finished.
Pfalz, Rheinhessen, they're done.
It's crazy. You get no extract inside the wine if it is so short between the flower and the harvest. And I think for us it will be really good. You see it at Rheingau. At Rheingau, if I study there, at the wood over there was no vineyards anymore. Now, if you come there are all vineyards at the top of the hill.
They go all up because they have to get a little bit higher in terms of mitigating the warmth and so on. I see. I mean, we are from the latitude. We are at 51 degrees north here, about. No? So a little bit north of what we classically call the northern border for winemaking. Saxony, Saale-Unstrut, and the Ahr Valley. These are the three most top northern German wine growing regions. Let's talk about global warming. So you actually say it's beneficial for you at the moment, right? But what is probably not beneficial is what everybody else is talking about. You also feel the extreme weather events, right? I mean, last year it was the frost that really hit you like everybody else, right?
Yes, I think that will be coming more all over the regions, the problem. And the other problem for the future is to get to the water, because we are more continental, and we have always a problem in the middle of the summer. We have no rain anymore. It's a little bit same like Burgenland. And this year we have at the middle of July, we have a lot of rain. But this was the first rain that I have in the last 5 years in the middle of the year. So it ends at the start of May, and then it starts again at the end of August with the rain. So that will be a bigger problem for us for the future here.
This is also exactly what I heard from Matthias Hay, for example, who said the last 5 years were on average way too dry, really a big problem for you. So organic agriculture helps you with that, right? I mean, talking about greenings, etc.
We work with the soil. We work with the soil. We try to get a better soil. to get more water inside the soil. We do a lot for that, and I think we are still on a good way. But on the young ones, we make an irrigation for the first 2 or 3 years inside. But I have to drive the water to the grapes, so we don't have the way to make an irrigation all over the year, all over the vineyards.
Which is, I mean, you would like it otherwise, right? This is, I think, what people have to understand. You would like to plant your new wines without irrigation because then they get stronger and more, have a better longevity perspective. But simply in these dry years, you cannot, right? You have to get some water.
We planted in the green. So we just make in the middle where I planted, I work with a machine, and on the middle I have a green vineyard with some different herbs. So that you have a competition between, a little bit competition between the green ones and the wines.
Good, yeah, competition, good thing, definitely. How is the competition with the winemakers here? Is there competition in such a small wine growing region, or are you all like friends that try to work together to promote the beauty of Saxony?
No, I think we have a really, I come from Cologne, so in Germany we say die Leichtigkeit des Seins.
Yeah.
So
easiness of being.
Yeah. And so I always look to have good vibration to the other wineries. But at the VDP East we have a really good team, and we try to get better.
Yeah.
Everyone from us try to get it. So I think we are really on a good way here. We have a Winterstammtisch 3 times at the year. It will be great, open, we discuss. I think we are really on a good way.
What I really appreciate and often like tell people when you look at the 6 VDP estates from the east of Germany, right? You are all very different.
Yeah.
And this is a super lovely thing to see. You have all very different approaches, very different style of people behind it. And it's such a cool group because you get so much diversity. But I really, believe you also that this can be like a very, let's say, nice and inspiring exchange together with the other ones, right? So and now you serve us something that I'm really looking forward to. GG Weißburgunder.
GG Weißburgunder, Lage Schloß Proschwitz, and
so that is here behind us there, or
it's just behind us there. Yeah. And at the moment it will be outside, but I think we will harvest the Weißburgunder GG on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Okay.
On Tuesday, and this is the quality from 23. Now we are on the way. We always wait 2 years.
I mean, also like immediately what you see here, what you talked about before, acidity is coming out of the nose, right? Freshness is coming out of the nose. It's telling you clearly I'm a cool climate wine.
Knackt.
Knackt. Oh, wow. That has backbone. That has structure. But also very lovely. I mean, the Pinot Blanc aromatics come out very nicely, right? You have the really nice pear dimension. You have the nice apple touch. You have a florality that is really coming out. Nice malolactic touch also. It was an oak, I guess, but used oak barrels? Or how are you looking at that?
Yes, this one is 50% oak. Big 300 liters barrels from Eisenheim.
Okay. German barrels. Okay.
German barrels on the white ones.
Cool.
And
you don't feel that really. I mean, it's really how they have been used for like many, many years.
In 50% steel. Still, Weißburgunder we make a little bit more clear.
Yeah.
With less wood, less barrel, and Grauburgunder we still do on the same quality. We work a little bit more with barrels. Yeah. So we still have a difference. I think this is, for us, the future will be Pinot Blanc Weißburgunder. And it's really interesting to see, on the basic, we sell more Grauburgunder Gutswein and less Weißburgunder goods wine. And on the highest quality, we sell more Weißburgunder and less Grauburgunder.
But which might also has a little bit to do with like, if you look locally, especially like in the east of Germany, I mean, if you go to restaurants here, fish plays a big role, right? I mean, local fish, like sweetwater fish especially, forelle or something like this, I mean, it's very popular. It's Zander. No idea what it's in English. So, I mean, this fits perfectly to like different like type of fish dishes, right?
We try to make the GTs for the future.
Yeah.
I think this one will be on his top between 28 to 30, something like that. He needs a little bit more. Our basic ones, you have to bring them in the next 2-3 years.
Of course.
It's okay. But these wines are made to wait and to taste. You can buy 6 bottles and try it every year 1 bottle, and you will see the best bottle will be the last bottle.
Really the last bottle. I love that approach, definitely. Now we talk about time already and future, which is a very nice bridge that you are building there to our last question. I mean, we see you in January in Copenhagen again. With Schloß Proschwitz, I'm much looking forward to actually. People can also meet you if they don't make it to Copenhagen at ProWein traditionally, right? Any other trade fairs where you the Mainzer Weinbörse?
Mainzer Weinbörse is yes. This I think Düsseldorf and Mainzer Weinbörse are the biggest one that we still do. Yeah. And next year is we will stay at Vienna.
Oh, beautiful.
Again,
cool.
It will be. If I start to work at Austria, they laugh about German wine. But now I think they feel that we can make a really good wine. There is, but the Austrian heart is for the Austrian wine. That's really okay. But now we exported Goldriesling to Austria. So yes, and we go to Copenhagen.
Beautiful. Looking forward to this. Last question for you. 5 years from now, where is Schloss Proschwitz and where do you see yourself?
I hope we will be to the best 50 wineries, big wineries in Germany, and more people know about our Burgunder wines.
Yeah, I love it. It's short and concise.
For myself, I hope I will work a little bit less.
She is on working less.
A little bit more time for the wine.
See you in Copenhagen.